Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our Gurukul sessions. And today is Monday. We have a schedule for verse for the week, but being a very special occasion of Sri Nityananda Trayodashi, so we can take advantage of this festival of remembering the wonderful pastimes of Lord Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So we'll have a short discussion because temple also program is going on. We'll be leaving for that, and all of you also can attend if you like. Our temple president here is addressing. Afternoon also there was wonderful class. Now also it is another Prabhuji is addressing here. Afternoon his grace Vedant Chaitanya Prabhu gave. Now his grace Radhesham Prabhu is also speaking. Our on YouTube channel you can watch it. It's going on live. So before we start, let us do the prayers. Om Adnyanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So anyone knows, okay, all of you know surely who is Nityananda Prabhu? Who is Nityananda Prabhu? Yeah, yes. The same Balram. Our morning we were hearing Bhagavatam class. Prabhuji was mentioned. Same Balramji who with the blade of grass he killed. To whom he killed? Who was that person? Balramji with the blade of grass he killed. Romaharshan Sutta. So the same Balramji now holding that blade of grass not in the hand but in the mouth. He's coming and then requesting everyone. Dante Trinadhari Gaura, Daki He Toma. Please take shelter of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's a most magnanimous personality. He has come in this yuga now to give us the this wonderful method. Anandam Bhuri Vardhanam, Susukham Kartam Alvayam, joyful process. And another song it says, if anyone who doesn't take shelter of such personality like Nityananda Prabhu or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or most important Nityananda Prabhu, he is more merciful. That one says. Which episode comes to you in all of your mind? Where it is shown Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Jagai Madhai Prabhu.
Yeah, right. Jagai Madhai episode. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came directly about to kill them, but Nityananda Prabhu requested, pleaded for them. Oh Lord, please forgive. They have not done anything. Rather, he told Jagai, he stopped Madhai from hitting. Immediately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgave. He embraced Jagai, and then later, Madhai also begged pardon and he also forgave. So, of course, Lord can tolerate insult for himself, but then he will not tolerate the insult done for his other devotees. Nityananda Prabhu also punished the many other people who offended Haridas Thakur, who offended other devotees. But the point is, mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can be accessed only when we approach Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And he's a most merciful. So there are many amazing episodes in the life of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So one short episode we'll read today, which I doubt whether all of you have read. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it comes, and then we can go ahead for our temple program where to go. So we'll be attending there. So yeah, you all are able to see the screen. Whether by screen is it visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So meanwhile, can some of you recall which other episodes all of you know in the life of Nityananda Prabhu? About Jagai Madai, one episode came.
Prabhuji means like when Lakshmitis will rob Nitya, will try to rob Nitya.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. All of you watched that drama? I think last year, Divish, we were there. We showed you drama also, all of you online. Yeah, good. That was about, 3 nights robbery, it was being spoken.
Yeah, Prabhu.
3 nights robbery it was, so correct. Dacoits, they were trying to attack on Sri Nityananda Prabhu, but rather they only got punished. Yeah, that's one episode, correct. And there are many other episodes today afternoon also. His Grace Vedanta was mentioning about giving mercy to Raghunath Das Goswami, the Hichida festivals. And number of episodes are there. How in a childhood days, Nityananda Prabhu Nitai used to sport with his friends, and then how they used to enter into those episodes. So let's read this one important episode where we get to know about how it is important to accept Sri Nityananda Prabhu. You all are able to see the screen? Yeah. So let's read. So this comes in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila. This is chapter 5, the glories of Lord Nityananda Balram. So let's read from here. It starts. I think more before also. In a joyful mood of love of God, he sometimes climbed upon the shoulder of someone offering obeisances, and sometimes he struck others with his flute and mildly slapped them. So who is he? His name is mentioned. About Nityananda Prabhu had a servant named Sri Meenaketan Ramdas. Okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also had a servant. What is his name? Personal assistant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyone knows? His name is Govinda, okay? And Swarup Damodar was personal assistant, as Govinda is one here. So Nityananda Prabhu's servant, his name is Meenaketan Ramdas, okay? And then he is having so much love for Nityananda Prabhu. At my house, there was a Sankirtan day and night, and therefore he visited there having been invited. So who is speaking this? This is spoken by author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Who is he? Who is author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, correct. He's addressing, okay. So there was a kirtan happening in his house. They have been invited. Then absorbed in emotional love, he sat in my courtyard. Who sat? Who sat in the courtyard? The servant of Nityananda Prabhu, okay. Meenaketan Ramdas, his name, okay. He sat, not Nityananda Prabhu, Meenaketan Ramdas. And all the Vaishnavas bowed down at his feet. In the joyful mood of love of God, he sometimes climbed upon the shoulder of someone offering worship, sometimes struck others with a flute or mildly slapped them. Yeah, it is about, no, not Nityananda Prabhu. Yeah, it is, that's what, Meenaketan Ramdas. About him, it is being written, okay. When someone saw the eyes of Meenaketan Ramdas, tears would automatically flow from his own eyes, for a constant shower of the tears flowed from the eyes of Meenaketan Ramdas. He was such a great devotee of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sometimes there were eruptions of ecstasy, and sometimes one limb would stand and while another would be trembling. So this was so much he had a love for Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Whenever he shouted aloud the name of Nityananda, The people around him were filled with a great wonder and astonishment. One respectable Brahmana named Sri Gunarnava Mishra was serving the deity. So there was a temple of Lord Krishna, and this Brahmana, his name is mentioned, Sri Gunarnava Mishra. He was doing puja for deity. Okay, now let's see what happened. When Meenaketan was seated in the yard, in the temple courtyard, this Brahman did not offer him respect. Right? It is etiquette when nobody is there to welcome the guest. One should stop even the worship of the Lord, go receive the guest, and then again continue the worship. But then he failed. And who is this person? He's a Meenaketan Ramdas, servant of Sri Nityananda, exalted personality. But this Brahmana did not offer respect to him. Seeing this, Sri Ramdas became angry and spoke. So he's not angry because it has not been offered respect to himself, but he's a representative of Nityananda Prabhu. So respect should be given to Nityananda. And then he says, here I find the second Romaharshana Sutra. That's what we began. Who did not stand to show honor when he saw Lord Balram. So he's reminding about that episode. After saying this, he danced and sang to his heart's content, but the Brahmana did not become angry, for he was then serving Lord Krishna. So this Brahmana did not bother much about welcoming Meenaketan Ramdas. So here it is written, Prabhupada is writing, the behavior of Gunarnava Mishra indicated that he had no respect for Lord Nityananda. And this idea was not at all palatable. So Meenaketan Ramdas was not feeling problem for himself because he not offered respect. Because he's a representative of Nityananda Prabhu, so he is not offering a respect to Nityananda Prabhu. That's why it is not accepted. So for this reason, the mentality of Meenaketan Ramdas is never deprecated by devotees because he had so much love for Nityananda Prabhu. At the end of the festival, Meenaketan Ramdas went away, offering his blessings to everyone. At that time, he had some controversy with my brother. Who is that brother? Who is that my brother? Who is telling this?
Nityananda Prabhu.
No, not Nityananda Prabhu. This is being, narrated. This is being narrated by Krishnadas Kaviraj. Okay. So Meenaketan Ramdas went to that temple, but that Gunarnava Mishra, he failed to offer respect. So Meenaketan Ramdas did not much bother. He walked away. But then while going out afterwards, Meenaketan Ramdas had some controversy, some problems with kind of some disagreement with the brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Okay, now let's see what happens. My brother had firm faith in Lord Chaitanya, but only a dim glimmer of faith in Lord Nityananda. So, brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was ready to offer respect to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Full respect he had, but then no faith, no respect for Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, so yeah, like a Dvivida. Good, now you're able to remember Dvivida. He failed to respect Lakshman. He had a faith on Lord Ram. Knowing this, Sri Ramdas felt unhappy in his mind. I then rebuked my brother. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami chastised his brother. How can you do this? Not respecting Nityananda Prabhu. These two brothers, I told him, are like one body. Who are these two brothers? What is being spoken?
Prabhuji, Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are one body.
Correct. Good, all of your understanding. Their identical manifestation. If you do not believe in Lord Nityananda, you will fall down. See, if you don't accept Nityananda Prabhu, you are accepting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but you are neglecting Nityananda Prabhu, then you will fall down. If you have faith in one but disrespect the other, your logic is like the logic of accepting a half a hen. A hen gives a golden egg, that story, you know. So that owner just cut the half hen and then thought that why to put this part of the hen? I can just get the eggs. Then no point, hen died. This is a half hen logic. It would be better to be an atheist by slighting both brothers than a hypocrite by believing one and slighting the other. You see? So it's better to be atheist, not to believe anyone, but then you're accepting one and rejecting. So this is called as a cheating. This is called as a hypocrisy. Like accepting Krishna but rejecting Balram. How can this happen? So he was scolding his brother. Thus Sri Ramdas broke his flute in anger and went away. And at that time, my brother fell down. Sri Ramdas, Meenaketan Ramdas could not tolerate the injustice done with the respect given to Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And he became angry and then he left. And with the result, because of offending Ketan Ramdas and not respecting Sri Nityananda Prabhu, his brother, whose brother?
Later,
Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita. His brother fell down. Means he fell down in the sense he is not able to practice Krishna consciousness. He got caught up with the worldly activities again. This is the result. I have thus described the power of servants of Nityananda. Now I shall describe another characteristics of his mercy. So that night, Nityananda Prabhu came in the dream of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And then he glorified. Right? Lord Nityananda appeared to me in a dream. Here what is written. So Nityananda Prabhu said good words for Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami because you gave a chastisement to your brothers. So this is how been explained. Then Nityananda Prabhu again appeared in his dream and said, get up and then go to Vrindavan. So he says he gets the dream of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and that's what he's been described, having earrings and ornaments. So these ornaments also are like 9 devotional services, 9 methods of devotional services. Nityananda Prabhu always wears to glorify the Lord. So he was chanting Krishna, Krishna as he moved. So beautiful description about he had a red stick moving in his hand. Right. So you know that famous painting you might have seen, Nityananda Prabhu holding a stick and then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami falling at his feet. Thus I saw the opulence of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Then Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he told him, my dear Krishnadas, do not be afraid. Go to Vrindavan, for there you will attain all the things. And immediately, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami leaves for Vrindavan. So, that's why the whole important lesson is how it is important to offer respect to everyone. Not only people say, I accept God, but I reject the devotees. That's not a proper attitude. We should have a respect for everyone. So, and especially Nityananda Prabhu is the most merciful incarnation. And we pray on this day. There is another Vaishnav song which says, Sri Pashu Bada Durachari. If you don't accept the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, then we are better than animals. We are no better than animals. We are lower than animals, wild animals. In spite of telling so many glories of such merciful Lord, still we are not taking shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. Then our life is like an animal life, lower than animals also. Right? Like a student who faculty says, oh my student, you don't come to exam, just be in the room. I will come to your room. Just write your name, I will pass you. Such kind faculty, but still student is not taking advantage of such faculty. Then what can be said about that student? He is foolish. Same way, the Lord also coming personal to all of us, but we are not accepting the Lord. We are not taking Krishna consciousness. Then we are lower than such persons also, animals also, our foolishness then. So that's why on this day we can pray to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is a Balaram himself, who gives us a strength, who gives us connect us to Krishna, Guru Parampara, so that we can also become Krishna conscious and we can take nice commitments. On this day we can beg the strength so that we can practice more nicely. Pray for the strength, we can chant more rounds, increase our rounds, 1 or 2 rounds, whatever. Come to the 16 rounds plan. Some of you are doing already 16. Then you can commit for some more nice practices so that we can get the strength and mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So was the episode clear? All of you understood that episode, or was it confusing? Understood. Yeah. So this is an important point. You will find many details episode of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, but this is important one because I thought to show you so that how if you don't offer respect to everyone and what to speak of neglecting Nityananda Prabhu, then to God. So we should, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, only we can get Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Famous example, one of the Goswami, who was that? When Nityananda Prabhu showered blessings to him, then only he could go and have the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Which Goswami out of 6? Anyone knows?
Jiva Goswami?
No. not Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami's connection comes in a different way. But here, this very, very famous episode, I said also in the beginning, name of that episode, but that episode shows this another important lesson. Afternoon, I guess Vedant Chaitanya was mentioning about that also. That is Chidadahi festival. Which Goswami it was in that? Having Raghunath Das Goswami. So when Nityananda Prabhu blessed him, when all the devotees blessed him, then only he could go and join the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So you can pray to Sri Nityananda Prabhu to give us the strength, give us the faith, that we can become more better devotees. Thank you all very much for joining and giving this kind association. We have now temple program. We have to leave for that. All of you also can join. Already the lecture has started. You can scroll back and watch and then join the live again. Very wonderful description about Lord Nityananda Prabhu's life. Thank you all very much for joining. Let us end with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.